If this is regarding a job, please leave a voicemail and I will get right back to you. I appreciate your cooperation. Marketing calls. If this is regarding a job, please leave a voicemail and I will get right back to you. I appreciate your cooperation.
Oh, I was thinking that you're gonna be on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, Colin. Good, what's up?
I'm right here. Sorry.
Yeah, he's here, he's clicking on right now, he's on now.
I'm waving to you.
Yep, he's on there now.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry, I was a little tied up, Colin. Let me grab my notebook here. Doing good. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's kind of like you need to give everybody a refresher course again from last week. Even though it's the same things and the same project. Yep, it's the business. That's it. I just saw that email come through with the stuff that we were gonna cover too, and I didn't even review that yet.
Yeah, that's fine. No rush. Just take your time and just try to bring it up on the computer. That way we can kind of do a hands-on walkthrough with it. So.
Okay. Okay. It's on Outlook. Oh, wrong one.
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you. So when you get it up, just let me know.
Okay. Shoot. Oh, it didn't come out on my computer yet.
You guys are on Starlink. Sometimes that's a little slow out there, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, it's not. Where is it? Oh, wait a minute. If I got in the right mailbox, I'd be all right, Colin. Okay. Okay, I got it open where it says superintendent certification.
Okay.
Yeah, I've taken like 10 of these.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just probably go ahead and do a refresher course on it over the next few
Yeah.
weeks, and then just send it to me so I can record it. So,
Okay.
you see the link that let's see where that. Let's see here. You see the link that says Field Operations Procore on your email?
Yeah, I got that. Let me open that up. Yeah, I should take that refresher course because that's, you know, unless you're doing it constantly.
Yeah.
It's been off for a while. Okay, I got field operations opened up.
Okay. So what you see so you see my screen? Is that kind of what it looks like for you?
Gotta put you in a different window, I think, don't I? I don't see your screen. I only see the one I opened. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be on your in your Teams software up on your screen there.
Four more tomorrow. But today you got four.
Trying to open Teams now. I did it from the link on my calendar.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So you have to. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow.
Oh, you're fine, dude.
Teams. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like your window. Yeah.
Okay. So what I usually do is so in your browser,
Mm-hmm.
I would take that and I would just kind of copy and paste it somewhere, click it in a favorites on your bookmark or something, somewhere where you can kind of get to it when you need to it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Typically, I'm not sure what kind of browser you're using, but typically there's a bookmark or something you can save it with.
Yeah, Chrome, I think you bookmark it that way. Hit the star.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that way you'll have it to kind of use as a reference and access. So just to kind of give you a rundown. So what you see on your screen from what I'm broadcasting, this is kind of where we build all this information and author it from. So it should look pretty similar to yours, but in some cases, as we go through it, it may look a little bit different. But as we go, just let me know if you got any questions or anything.
Okay.
So basically, this started out as a blank slate about 4 months ago. And so what we're trying to do is create protocol, procedures, all the black and white we need to kind of make all of our projects consistent, so that instead of going to John's project or Bob's project or Bill's project or Renee's project, it's all one
That's it, I got
fairway
plans.
construction project. So as the subs go from one project to the next, they can expect the same procedures and protocols on all of our projects. So
Okay.
that starts off with the SOP. And you can see here, this is, for now, this is all of our standard operating procedures by clicking that link. So Randy's done a real good job of, getting that project that you're on right now all set up and get it started, getting going. So you're kind of midway through that phase there. But
Yes.
usually just about any question as far as protocol and procedures is included in all of this. So any place where you see that it's highlighted as blue, it's a clickable link. So we'll just also, each section kind of has a section introductory video that's embedded in it, just to kind of give you an introduction to what that particular section.
All right, team, welcome. In this explainer, we're covering something absolutely fundamental.
So it's kind of in a broad, it's kind of in a podcast format. So pretty, usually they're about 5 to 8 minutes. So anytime you kind of find yourself with a little bit of downtime, I know that probably won't be any time in the next few weeks as you're trying to get acclimated and adjusted, but I would just take the time to kind of browse through all of this. By no means is it perfect. I just had to recently, last week, I had to add this one in, this abatement and demolition, because we were running into some issues with guys that didn't quite understand the abatement process.
Okay.
And of course, have you had any experience with Earthcraft and LITEC DCA projects before?
I have not. No, and that's Randy was trying to bring me up to speed with that because I have an inspection coming up here in a couple weeks. So,
well, here's a good place to get started on that. Randy's really, really good. Also, he has a lot of experience with the Earthcraft. I can honestly say that Fairway was the first time I did an Earthcraft project. I'd been doing luxury student living previously before. But I'm just going to bring this up so you can kind of see how it's formatted and run down. So the Earthcraft is basically, of course, it's all your sustainability and compliances. Over here to the right, it's like a little table of contents. If you click on it, it'll take you directly to that little section and area.
okay.
But it pretty much outlines what Earthcraft is and its role and its procedures. Here's your roles and responsibilities. Your assistant is Isaac out there, is that correct?
It is. Yeah.
This kind of runs down what his roles are: the project manager, subcontractors, so forth and so on. Procedures. The weekly tracking, that pretty much just kind of goes along with your daily logs. So that's pretty easy just to kind of track it. Once you get an inspection from somebody, whatever you get as far as like signed off on it, just make sure we take it and record the inspection in Procore someplace in the document section.
In the documents, not inspections.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll see here. Let's see. Let's pull up. So we'll circle back to this little sandbox test in a little while, but here's your document section in Procore. This is how each one of them are broke down. So you'll see that, there's a test or inspection area or whatever you can record it in. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah. Okay, so here's your document section in your project.
Mm-hmm.
So just basically anything that's a test or an inspection document, you just record it somewhere in this location. You usually do that by taking it, click new, file upload, and then it'll give you an option on what the file is to upload. You just upload it directly to that document.
Okay.
So, all right. So also, basically the way this is formatted, it's kind of formatted to look identical to also the Procore's generic training. If you've gone through any of their training, it's broke down just pretty much like this. So we're trying to keep everything consistently similar and relatable.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it looks like it's put together pretty well, actually.
Well, thank you.
More organized than I've been with.
Oh, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Yeah, like I said, 4 or 5 months ago, this was an empty space with nothing on it. So we're trying to use the modern technology, digitize things, try to make it easier for you guys in the field just to reference and get to. I would dare say if something comes up as far as a procedure or protocol issue that you can't find in here, just get in touch with me.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that there's going to be, again, just like with the abatement issue, you try to cover all the bases, but there's always going to be gray areas. So the whole intention is, as we come across something that may be missing, we want to go ahead and address it then instead of putting it down the road for, because this is also involves other projects being able to have that information to carry into that project. So it's kind of a team effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I have that remodel project that's going to be starting up here soon, I think.
Okay.
Is what Freddie told me about. So that's probably going to add a few blue headings in there.
So when you do remodels, that kind of goes into a different department. That would be under special projects. I think usually you'll be dealing with Melissa. And then, in fact, I'm in the process of helping the other departments now begin to put together their SOP.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as new construction field ops, this is kind of the circulating Bible right now.
Yeah, no, it looks, you got to put together really well. I've used Procore before and plenty, utilized quite a bit of the functions, but it's never been put together like this before.
Well, we want to continue to, try to strive to make it better and make it more conducive to everybody in the field. So I'm going to circle back to this in just a minute, but I'm going to just kind of run you down this front landing page here.
Okay.
This is just kind of an introductory video. So we've had a lot of guys that have kind of, including myself, I'm up in my 50s and I've kind of had that, traditional way of doing projects. And, next thing you know, you wake up one day and the world's changing in front of you and things and how you do things are changing. So we're all trying to adopt and adapt. And so this just kind of gives you a little rundown on what that's about. And then this is just kind of a general SOP introduction to the video, introduction to the SOP itself. And then these themselves, these are just kind of little key tools that you'll be using throughout. We're real big on the daily log. We're real big on doing our meetings, observations, and punch lists at the end of the project. So I know every company has a different way of doing it, but pretty much the punch list tool doesn't get used until the end of the project when we actually go to formalize the punch list. And anything that you want to note that you see out there that you're trying to hold trades and vendors accountable for, we use the observations on.
Gotcha.
There are at times where we have a quality control and safety checklist that's under the inspections tabs. And use the inspection tools, and anybody who's used Procore at least a little bit, they know how to use the photos and drawings. So this is also where you can find the certification for the superintendent training that I gave you. There's also a quality and safety course that you can utilize. You know, some of this stuff is required, some of it's just kind of your own initiative. The superintendent is required the quality and safety and the mobile certification. That's kind of your own initiative. So, but we want to make sure that, you know, we try to provide you all the resources available.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm sure Randy's explained to you that for safety, any new workers that come on site, they're required to go through an orientation video.
Yep.
And so here are the links to those orientation videos.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on it real quick.
They come right off of Procore, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Nice.
it is now. So
Yeah. It's better than having to go to another company file somewhere and try to find it.
Right. And so this is the orientation video, and we have it in Spanish and English, but we're trying to, you know, kind of trying to make this our central base here for information. And it'll grow. It'll continue. We'll eventually have a library and training center that's fully operational and up and running. I would also recommend, so if OSHA ever shows up on your site, this has been provided by our safety director here. So you see when you hover over it, this one particularly highlights red. So if OSHA ever shows up, try to find this information as quickly as possible. And this just brings you down to a procedure. So if you haven't already met Stacey Clement, he's a real good guy. He's always been very helpful to me anytime I needed or had a question or anything at all. So he's our safety coordinator. And this is what he's put together for if OSHA visits your job site.
I think we have that posted on the wall in here. I saw this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is also kind of your documentation that, you know, safety manuals, OSHA 300, you'll be required to keep in your job trailer. So,
the days of sending people home when they show up on the job is gone.
Yeah, I'm doing a project in Watkinsville that I'm directly overseeing, and I've only sent 2 guys home in the entire duration of it. To where sending guys home used to be the avenue we would take if they're not going to perform. But with the labor pool the way it is these days, and trying to keep work, stay on schedule, that's kind of the extreme measure of sending somebody home. So
well, we used to send them home when OSHA showed up on the job.
Yeah. I can assure
the job just closed.
Yeah. Nowadays, OSHA has pictures of them already before they ever show up on site.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
But so it kind of I guess I'm gonna open it up. Kind of any questions you might have on this so far.
No, not so far. I mean, it's pretty easy to get to, and it's self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Which is huge. You know, it gives you one central place to locate everything at.
Yeah, that's basically what we're trying to do. Is we're so used to running the job sites from Procore, might as well keep all the everything else in Procore and just kind of keep it centralized. So
Yeah, yeah. You're paying enough money for the program.
yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So the training center is something I started working on probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago. The logic behind it is if you're going to expect people to understand protocols, procedures, software, so forth, you also should train them in how that gets used. So these are little training modules here that basically they will continue to grow. As you can see, these are the ones that are active, and then these are the ones that I'm working on, trying to create and get them active. So you can see if you just click on it, it'll take you straight to a kind of a little training module here. It's not overly detailed, but it's pretty thorough. And you can see that it kind of gives you an overview, prerequisites for it. Anything that's kind of stands out with a little red bar next to it is usually a critical thing.
Okay.
And then these are just little drop downs that you can click on, and it'll give you the information. Shows you how it tells you about running inspections on the iPad. Gives you different scenarios that you would run across in which this would be applicable in the field. Kind of little tips. Again, another little scenario. And then it just kind of gives you a question and answering little knowledge check, just so that you make sure that you're understanding it, retaining it, and eventually applying it. And then a few links here that'll take you back. So you see where it says job aid and links. So you can see on this particular one, it also references back to the quality control procedures in the SOP. So
Gotcha.
The hope and intention is that it's all migrated and mutated together to where it can all be one single functional collaborative system. So,
Gotcha.
Any questions on that?
No. What I'll do is I'll start going through the program tonight or today.
Okay.
And getting familiar with it, since you have all this extra stuff, and SOPs, every company's different,
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I get these down.
Well, for the most part, I just kind of geared all the SOPs around typical standard construction best practices. These are basically just textbook transferred best practices. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to digitize it.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of pretty much it. As far as the Procore, as far as getting around in Procore, I guess for lack of a better term, we have different guys at different levels at understanding how to navigate and utilize Procore. So some of them, it's as fundamental as just understanding how to fill out a daily log. For some, they've been doing daily logs in Procore for 8-10 years. So,
yeah.
But if you ever get to an issue in Procore that you're not sure you understand or not sure quite how to get there or do it completely or just want somebody to check up on it and make sure for you, I'm the guy. So
Okay.
give me a call. I'm kind of the, for lack of a better term, I think I'm officially now the Fairway Construction Procore Support Center. So
The Procore guru for the company.
yeah.
There you go.
So
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience to learn every aspect that it has and try to break it down.
yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah, and
I'm-
it's repetition, daily, weekly, monthly, just kind of getting the repetition.
Yeah,
the-
I find my biggest challenge is like where, like like where any project manager, like typically they'll put in contracts or some documents that I might not find, but I look in documents or I look in commitments and stuff like that. So I navigate around. I'm pretty familiar with it.
Okay.
And if I have a problem, I usually pull up one of the drawings, and I kind of get. I'll typically, if I have an issue on a job, I'll pull that page up, that drawing up.
Right.
I'll take a snapshot of it. Or now I got Bluebeam, so I can manipulate them too.
Yeah.
And then I make sure whatever I talk about is actually covered in the daily log too, with a photo. So there could be an oddball photo of a drawing in there, but it's also in issues. I list down the issues typically and attach the photo right there.
Yeah, I know I sent out the kind of the daily log how-to guide, it's not just about this. So all the recording and documentation, it's not just about your project. Because all this information and data, say if you log something down as in your note, in your daily log as an issue, that'll get flagged down the road for a lessons learned report. That'll get distributed to all the projects. That way it helps, where you came across an issue on one project, now we've created a solution to resolve and mitigate the issue on 15, 20 different projects. So
right. Yeah.
All about collaborating and teamwork and, taking any issues or problems and growing the knowledge base from it.
Yeah, that's huge. Doing lessons learned for sure.
Because I've been with companies and projects before where you'll have one issue on this project, and then you turn around and you're talking to your other buddy superintendent that's on another project. And he would have benefited from knowing about that issue from your project because now he's knee deep in the shit of having to deal with the exact same one. So
yeah.
And when all else fails, this little question mark up here is kind of the end all be all of Procore's basically their ability to teach you, show you, learn, support. We have the live chat that you can utilize, support center. I would say there's probably not a day goes by that I don't personally click on the support center to see, okay, well, previously it looked like this and I was doing it like this, but now Procore's changed how you're doing it. So now I got to go back through and figure out how now they want me to do it. So.
Gotcha.
Plus also I'm doing some, software development stuff as well that, is involving different little software development stuff that they got within their system too. So mainly in the reporting categories. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like Procore is pretty informative for sure, with from quite a few different avenues.
Well, I think they've realized that if they want a foothold and grow that foothold in our industry, then they have to provide the support and the training that will go along to it with it as well. I know back 25 years ago, I went through all kinds of certification and training to do Sage Timberline.
Yeah, I used to hate both of those.
And Timberline was just It was
It's a pain in
user
the ass.
nightmare, constant pain
Yes.
in the ass.
I
Connecting
agree.
it with your on-screen takeoff and all of that, it was just a constant. And so, because it was so difficult and so complex, they just kind of lost the market. So I think Procore's kind of learned from that. So
Yeah.
but at the time, it was kind of the first ones that came along that actually was a digitized system in any way, shape, or form. But it was a complete. I remember having to go to Denver, Colorado, and sit in a training class 10 hours a day for 2 straight weeks just to get the basics on it. So
Yeah. Well, I was thrown in companies that use those two programs with no education on the programs, trying to figure it out myself. And you can really screw a project up on Sage.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can change numbers, real easy.
Oh yeah.
So.
And so I think Procore's done a pretty good job. As anything, nothing's ever perfect, but the concept being is the less time you spend learning, the more time you can spend doing. So
I fully agree.
You got any questions from there?
I really don't. No, I probably will in the future, so I'll certainly be reaching out.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can always give me a call anytime about anything, to be quite honest. So,
Okay.
My role is simply to make you guys roll better. So that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, all right,
Sounds
John.
like a plan.
I'm gonna
All right, Paul.
let you get back to it, and I appreciate your time. And again, just if anything comes up, feel free to reach out to me, bud.
I will. I appreciate the time, Colin.